The rear of the RV, this is Rhett and Zeke's room. So the second and the third boy, they share a room. We also use this as a multi-purpose room. We have our computer here. They do some of their homeschool work here. We do our editing for our vlogs here. We have a coffee station in this corner. We don't have a lot of counter space in the kitchen, so we use this station for our coffee every morning. We have our filters and creamer up here in the top in these little baskets. And then we have the boys' backpacks for all their school stuff. On this side, we have a basket with Rhett's clothes in them. And then back behind that, we have a couple little Tupperware totes with books for their next semester of school. We have their math. We use teaching textbooks for math. And then we have their Kindles. The drawers down here, they're little bitty drawers, so they don't hold a lot. So these are all Zeke's drawers. We hope to downsize again once we leave Cookeville, Tennessee in March, because it's so cold here that we have to have a wide range of clothes. We have to have coveralls, boots, muck boots, that kind of stuff, and we're planning on either going to South Texas or Arizona first, and it'll be more of a moderate temperature all the time, and we hope to not have to have so many clothes. So we have no closets in the camper except for in mine and Steven's room, and we share a closet. And so I've had to make use of different spaces. We put a shower curtain rod up here, and it hooks up above the slides. We take that down and lay the clothes on the bed when we're traveling, but it just gives us extra space. This is our printer and a little table. They keep their Bibles down there. Gallons of water for the coffee every morning. This is a Hoover Lynx vacuum. It's a cordless vacuum with a rechargeable battery. It does smooth and carpet, which is very convenient. We have dehumidifier, which is pretty much a necessity, especially in the area that we're in right now because of so much rain, and the camper produces condensation, which can lead to mildew. So the walls get wet sometimes, and we just kind of have to have that extra dehumidifier. This is the door that goes out to the outdoor kitchen, and then there's hooks on the wall here for coats. We use shoe racks on all the doors to help, like with boggins, socks, beanies, and that kind of stuff. We also in this room have a couch that folds out into a bed, and a bunk on the top. That bunk raises up, just folds straight up. I can show you how that happens. It just folds straight up for travel or for the kids to sit in this room. We have a little step ladder over here, Earmay's little toy box, and then this is like an accordion clothesline. In this bathroom, there's a half bath in this portion of the trailer. It's got the commode, of course. Rhett made a little toothbrush holder out of a toilet paper tube. He's very resourceful. And then these are our cabinets. We put an extra shelf in this cabinet to just add with storage. It was just an empty cabinet, and there's some storage back through there. Okay, we'll go in the other room now. Oh, we have a vent and a fan that's automatic in here. And so it just has a switch. You turn it on, the vent raises up, and it's an exhaust. So this is our kitchen. We have a microwave here. It's not a convection oven microwave. It's just a regular microwave, which is fine for us because as long as we're not boondocking and we have full hookups, we use the oven that's underneath. We have 3i propane burner for our stovetop, which works fairly well with us. We're able to cook for our family of 6. We have a propane oven that we don't use currently because we have full hookups, so we just use it for storage, like iron skillets, pots, pans, that kind of stuff. We have nesting measuring spoons that we just hang here on the doors, and then that's our glass cabinet. We use as much wall space as possible. We have a magnetic knife strip and some command hooks to hang spatulas and things like that we use a lot. We have a little caddy over here that we put our knives and forks and spoons in because we do not have any drawers here in the kitchen. So the kids painted these little jars quite a while back, and they we keep our knives and spoons and stuff in there, and then we have this wooden caddy that we keep paper plates and things like that in. So then we have Tupperware under here and pots and pans. We have all our canned food in this area, and these are the measuring cups I was talking about a moment ago. Then we have a towel rack here without a towel on it right now, and some more storage space, and then a carbon monoxide detector down there. We installed this paper towel holder so it doesn't have to be taken up and down when we move. We have cabinets up here for more groceries. We usually use this as more counter space if we're not cooking. And our fruit basket that we have goes there. We have a fan and a light on the stove to ventilate for the propane. This is our little island, and this is where we sit to eat sometimes, and we have to hand wash all our dishes as we don't have a dishwasher anymore. My husband built me this spice rack, which comes in really handy. It doesn't take up cabinet space, and this was just an empty wall, so we used this space, and it's very useful. We have a little trivets that goes in the sink that you can take in and out that adds counter space as needed. Underneath the sink here, I put an extra shelf in, and I keep my cleaning supplies and that kind of stuff in here. And then we have a cabinet here, and these drawers fold out, and I have my mixing bowls and pie plate, our everyday bows, our sugar canister, and then under here more utensils, plates, and coconut oil. We'll probably downsize again before we leave. We have a little bit of insulation under this slide because it can kind of be drafty, and that's the insulation like we put around our hose pipe. It's just foam, and we stuffed it in underneath there. So this is our refrigerator, which is not very big compared to a bricks and sticks house, but it's pretty big compared to normal standards for an RV. It's a double refrigerator. It's electric or propane, which is nice because when you're traveling, like if we traveled 12 hours today, then you can turn on the propane and your food does not ruin because it keeps it cold. And then this is the inside. Used to, I bought a month's worth of groceries at a time and made a menu, and I had a deep freeze, and we bought in bulk, saved money, did all these neat things. And we don't have that option anymore. There's 6 of us and we're in here, so I buy every week now. And then there's the freezer. Seen on our first video, I painted this little area with chalkboard paint, and we did our daily schedules on it. We have to erase it and redo it every now and again because it kind of gets to looking rough, but that's come in handy as something to do. We actually painted the whole RV and hung up pictures and things like that. If I was going to live in it all the time, then I wanted it to be my home. So we made it as personal as possible. If you come over here, this goes into our living room area. This is our TV and entertainment station. I have my cookbooks here. This is a little cabinet that just has some junk stuff in it. The dog's food bowls. And then these cabinets up here are for DVDs. In case we don't have Wi-Fi or internet services, the kids can still have some movies to watch at night. This is our couch over here. I took down all the window treatments because I didn't like them. And I put up reflective bubble wrap that just helps with things being so drafty because we've had really cold temperatures here. This is a couch like the couch in Rhett and Zeke's room, and it folds out into a bed. We didn't really have enough seating space, so we had a dinette and a couch, and we talked about putting both couches in here and making the couch in there into a desk. We've talked about several options that we'll probably ask you guys advice on, and but to see if we liked it better as a couch so far, we took our dinette, it converts into a bed, and that's what we've done with it right now, to see if we like having the extra seating space better or the dinette better. But the dinette, only really 2 people could sit in it comfortably and eat, so we felt like the space would be used more this way. So we've took it and made it kind of like a day bed, and this is where Zeke sleeps at night. The cushions just come down to the top of the table here, and then I just put an edge shell so that the little cracks wouldn't be so bad there. and then it's just covered with a blanket. Underneath the table part, I've got these little bins. This is Irma school stuff, and then in this one is potatoes and onions and stuff, and then there's a couple of cases of water back behind there, which makes it very convenient to get to. There's full-length storage underneath these benches, and we keep like an electric skillet, a popcorn maker, Reynolds Wrap, the post for the tables under there, the kids' coolers for when they go to the co-op for homeschooling, our iron, mixer, some things like that. My dad made me these bar stools, which really have come in handy since we don't really have a lot of seating and the kids can sit here and eat. We did laundry today, so that's clean clothes. We also use as much wall space as possible everywhere. This is for our mail. I have this for the broom, and we have one in the boys' room behind the door for the mop. There's another cabinet here that has some blankets and paper towels and my lunch box for school in it. And then we'll go down the hall. I love the hall mainly because of I wanted to keep at least one thing of artwork that each child had done. I had more hanging in my house. And so this is where I used that. This was Zeets and Eras, and then Colts and Rats, and then Colt's short story that he wrote. We have these hooks hanging here for keys. And we used part of this to our friends in South Dakota. That's their brand. There's another one in Colt in Irma's room. It's just really nice to incorporate those that you love and your memories and the things to make it part of your home. This room here is Colt and Irma's. This top bunk is Colt's. The bottom bunk is Irma's, and so they have lights in both places. So it kind of makes it their own personal space. I put another shower rack in here for Colt's hanging clothes. There's cabinets up there with magazines and things like that in them. Irma has her paintbrushes and colors and things in this one. This is like a charging station for electronics and cabinets. This bottom bed raises up, and all of Colt's hunting equipment is down there, insulated coveralls, those kind of things. I bought this Tupperware dresser at Walmart to add more drawer space, because in this room there's only 2 drawers underneath the bed, and Colt needed more than that. So we just made more use. There's more hooks and another shoe rack on the back of the door here. And so then we go upstairs. We have our laundry hamper in the hall here. We have our station here that's like a control panel. This operates all our slides. It lets us turn on electric or propane for the water heater, and then the water pump. And then this is lights for the porch, another slide, and this is more like running lights. This is the bathroom, right off of our bedroom and right off the hall. We used as much wall space as possible in here as well. Bought this at Hobby Lobby. We put the wood on the walls, and I used this toothbrush holder. I bought it on Amazon. Little hook here to hang on my necklaces. We have our homeopathic meds, our wash rags, ponytail holders, those kind of things. There's shelves here for toilet paper. Bought a little rack in here for my hair dryer, and in the cabinet here. My earrings are over here on the counter. Here's this cabinet in here. And so bought this for Hobby Lobby as well, and it has our towels on it. This is something I've had for a long time from a antique store. We just use that for drying our towels. This is a little bitty garbage can, and then we use this when the boys go to the bathhouse to take showers to put their towel, wash rag, soap, and shampoo in. We have a pretty small shower, so there's things hanging on the walls and command hooks to hang the wash rags on. Everybody kind of has to use things more resourcefully than they did when we lived in a house. Here's another cabinet. My work clothes are on top. A bed that I carry to work when I have to stay overnights there. Hermes pennies and socks and some sweatshirts, and then deodorant, toothpaste, underwear, all the mine and Steven's, me and Hermes. What, baby?
I'm actually working.
I'll be there just a minute. Okay. So then we go into my room, and me and Hermes and Steven kind of share our space as far as clothes storage area. These cabinets don't have tons of things in them. Steven's Bible's there, some hats. They're kind of empty. We still actually have a little extra space. This is my dresser. Beach towels are down here, and then my stuff is here. This was a little cubby hole here, and we ended up putting up this curtain rod. I made this curtain and putting up a curtain rod in here, and that's Hermes' closet. These top two drawers are Hermes. And then Steven's are at the bottom two there. Steven and I share this closet. And then there's another drawer in there and a few pairs of shoes. We put the wood behind the bed here just to add decor. And then there's pictures of our family there. And then there's a little cubby there beside the bed that we put books and things in. There's a TV in here. We don't watch it very much, but it's here. The bed is on hydraulics, and it raises up. And we store blankets and things like that underneath there. And then on this door is another shoe rack that Hermes gloves and boggins and everything are on. And then there's one back behind here. There's another, we have a unit, an air conditioner unit in this bedroom. So this fifth wheel has 2 AC units. There's one in the bedroom here, and there's one in the kitchen and living room. The biggest difference is it takes more ampage, I guess would be the word, to operate both units. So if we're hooked up to a 50 amp, then we can run both units at the same time. But if you're doing a generator or just have a 30 amp hookup, we would only be able to run one air conditioner unit. So at the end of the day, are we happy with our fifth wheel? Yeah, pretty much. Is there things that we would change about it? Absolutely. I don't think there's anybody who is completely 100% happy with everything about their travel trailer or camper. One thing that we know for sure is next time we will downsize, that we have more space than what we need, especially when we start going to places that are warmer and we'll be spending so much time outside. So there's many benefits. It's nice for a big family. There's 6 of us and a dog, and there's plenty of room in here for us. Steven is kind of a large guy. He's 6'5", 6'6", so it's nice for him to have the extra headspace. Oh, thanks for the information, Zeke. He's talking about the dog.
Okay.
But
Are you happy to be out?
I think it was a great transition from a 3,200 square foot house to come into this fifth wheel. It made the transition smoother and easier for us because we didn't feel like we were giving up near as much. But at the same time, we are minimalist a little bit. So I can see us taking another step and going further and just trying to cut space and cut things even more. Another thing that will allow us to be able to decrease space is, like I mentioned earlier, going from a cold climate, which we are now and need a lot more clothes for that to accommodate the cold. We will go to a warmer climate where we won't need as many clothes. Another thing for me is right now I work as a midwife, and so I see patients some days, and then some days I'm on call, so I have to have kind of some more dressy or business clothes. And when we go on the road, I won't need near so many options as far as those kind of things go. So I can see us cutting back, and I can also see the benefits of where we're at now. I think it's just all a process, and I appreciate that process, and I'm just thankful that we are able to do this at this point in our life. And so we look forward to sharing more with you. We plan on having videos about why we did this and how we organized and how we remodeled, and we need to ask you guys advice on some things. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.